That's okay. I'm a fan of TBT, so let's get in this game. Spawning here in the bottom right from Team UnRivaled. Playing in green, because, you know, playing in blue would be too difficult. It is KingsGambit. And his opponent over in the bottom left from CTsix EU. Hey, let's put the score up. They are up 2-0 currently. There's our orange also Terran player. It's Apdo. Apdo? Who knows? And I forgot to go check. I wanted to have a reference as to where these people were from before I started this next match, but I forgot to do that. So let's see if I can load it up while looking at the beginning of this game. So once again, this is the EU squad of CTsix. The majority of their players are actually from Europe. They do have a pretty decent amount of North American players, but we won't fault them for that because numbers are important. You don't want to give up walkovers for no reason. Yeah, Zuckerman was American, and Apdo actually Apdo is American as well. So the EU squad throwing out 2 American players for their first 2 games. No problem. It's just funny. I think the majority of players they played this season have been from Europe, so it's just a funny little thing to see from time to time. KingsGambit got a little lucky. He's actually able to scout immediately his first choice there. But, you know, as soon as Apdo sees this SCV, he should realize that, well, unless this is a 9 scout, there's no reason your SCV is here unless you're at this location or this location. So he could try to turn around, or he could just continue his normal scouting path. I imagine he will just keep on rolling over to this location in a second. As soon as he realizes that it's not there, but King's just being a little bit annoying over here. He's poking at the SCV that was building the barracks, but at the same time he's having to run for his own life. Both players opening up with gas, but the gas from Apdo was a little bit later, so he's looking to be opening up to a marine and then go for a factory relatively soon. But well, a marine opening as well from KingsGambit. It wasn't a reactor or a refinery first build, so it's not going to be a super fast factory, but he is going to have the gas to throw down a factory here in just a couple of seconds. Poor SCV from Apdo still has not actually scouted anything, but he's going to get it at a pretty decent timing. KingsGambit, I mean, he could have put this marine down a little bit further down the ramp. You know, he's got 2 now, so he could completely deny the scouting. He just moves a little bit further down. This SCV won't actually see anything. I'm really curious if he's going to see anything or not. He's going to get in and get shot at, and he will see the factory, but unless he clicked on it, I don't think he actually clicked on it. He may not know it's a factory necessarily. It still could just be a second barracks. He wasn't paying enough attention to actually see what that was, but you can kind of assume, against TBT, going for a factory is generally a good decision. You know, Apdo he's actually going for a reactor quickly on his barracks, so he's going to get a lot of marines up, and if this is going to be, it looks like it's going to be a Banshee build, it's going to deal nicely with it. It's still going to be very annoying. Banshees are always super annoying, but KingsGambit could also just start going for some tanks and maybe go for just a Viking and see what he can do with this. A lot of available options in the early game in TBT nowadays. There is a scan from Apdo, so he does see the fact that this is, well, the setup that you would expect to see. This normal 1-on-1 setup. Sees the add-on, but doesn't necessarily know that this stuff is going to switch. You can kind of assume it is going to switch over, so either a Banshee or just you can go straight to a Raven. At this point, it may be wisest to go directly to a Raven. For defense, for one, if Apdo was actually going for his own Banshee, and also because your opponent scouted it. So, I mean, kind of why waste gas on Banshees if your opponent knows it's coming? But nothing actually being built out of the starport right now, so I can't really say what it's going to be because he hasn't made anything. There we go, Banshee on the way, Cloak on the way, Cloak on the way, Cloak on the way, yes. I predict the future when it's extremely obvious. However, turret's already on the way for Apdo. He's got his second command center, so he's in a really nice position still. Turrets alone will be decent, and he's got a lot of marines out already. He's already up to 6 marines, so that'll take care of Banshee very, very quickly. Not sure whose scan that was. That was the scan of Apdo. Just confirming this is indeed going to be Banshee. He sees starport over on the tech lab. He sees the tech lab producing. There we go. KingsGambit, he does cancel. He does cancel Cloak, so that's nice. He hasn't scanned himself, so he doesn't know exactly that, you know, he doesn't know that Apdo is completely set up for this. Oh, that's a bit of a misplacement there. That's not going to work. Yep, that's not going to work. There you go. I guess Apdo's probably going to go for a Raven of his own. Or maybe even Banshees if he really wanted to. Is he going to go for a Raven? Are you that afraid at this point? You got turrets, you have Marines, you've got scans. He has one scan. I don't know why he would go for Raven at this point, but Banshee is going to roll in here, and it's going to get, well, it's going to get a couple kills. Banshees will still get kills, but it doesn't have cloak, so it's going to get the heck out of there. It's basically, this is a scouting Banshee at this point. That's pretty much all it has done, but KingsGambit very quickly pulling out of this tech path and going directly into just a lot of battle production. His CC is finished as well, so he's not actually very far behind. Actually, he is 6 workers ahead still, so despite all this nice defense from Apdo, it really threw off his actual production of SCVs. And he's not exactly in a position he would like to be in right now. Apdo getting up to tank, getting up a Raven as well, so he's still really afraid of these Banshees. He's probably had a very rough time in the past dealing with Banshees and doesn't want to have to do it again. So he's just making sure he's nice and safe against everything. But Kings, not going for more Banshees, just going for a bio-centric build. As a reactor on the starport as well. He's starting his own tank production. This is going to be still a very even game, but Kings continues just ramping up his SC production, just getting a little bit ahead every single minute as we go on. 8 SCV lead right now. Banshee going to come in, hit by the turret, however, needs to back up, just hold position there. How many kills can it get? It's up to 3 kills now, so that's nice, but it's not going to get any more. Marines are going to walk over here as well with the Banshee, so still, any bit of a kill is nice. We're going to get a 5th kill on SCVs. One of those was he's scouting SCVs. So Banshee with 4 kills despite having no cloak. This is, I think 5 kills, even when you go cloak Banshees is nice. But it still isn't being dealt with. Every SCV that walks over to this location is just getting picked off. He's up to 6 kills now. So a bit of miscontrol here from Apdo, but looks like he is going to walk over and finally take care of this. But 7 kills on a Banshee that really should have gotten 0. 8 kills even. He's going to keep it alive. He's going to keep this alive. There he goes. Okay, he got a Marine and he got 8 SCVs, so that's pretty nice. 44 to 30, 29 workers now in favor of KingsGambit. So he's put himself in a really nice position here and just ramping up this massive amounts of bio production. Meanwhile, just the next 2 barracks are coming down from Apdo. He's trying to go for a 3rd command center. It's a little bit frightening given the position that he's in right now, but he's spreading Marines out on the map. He wants to be able to know what is coming his way. Very nicely done. Really like how he's able to do that. Not a lot of players just don't do that. Oh, it's just going to be scouted out. He's just barely going to miss these. Oh, that was the splittest of split seconds. He sees a medevac. Just blips very quickly on his minimap. If he was paying enough attention to actually see that, he's got a good amount of units back home. He's got a couple tanks. He does have 1 siege. Oh, he did have 1 siege up in the main. Now it's not. So this Doom Drop is going to do a ton of damage. It's probably going to clear out this mineral line completely. And after it's being a little bit annoying, he may actually kill the SCV over here if he's able to do that. Be a nice little victory, but at the same time, it doesn't matter because Doom Drop on the way. A couple of tanks in here as well. This is going to be extremely difficult for Apdo to actually break because the tank count is actually going to be even. There's a 3rd one down at the main base, but it's actually kind of stuck right now. At the same time, he just lost every single one of his workers here. 52 to 20 workers. So many workers dead. 26 workers killed so far, and a CC goes down. Yeah, he has another one. That's nice, but that's rough. Alright, Kings, he can stay here. He's got air control. He's got the medevacs, and all that Apdo has is this Raven in the air. And he's got a couple tanks of his own, but as soon as some of these Marines go down, yeah, he's just gonna lift. Oh, he's gonna lift everything. I thought he was just gonna drop on top of the tanks and say hello. That's not gonna be the case. He's gonna get out of there for now. Oh goodness, and back home, just this constant production. We have a 3rd command center finishing up for KingsGambit. 56 to 20 workers now in favor of our unrivaled Terran player. Very nicely done by him so far. Another command center started for Apdo, just using the money he has, I suppose. But I mean, this isn't as bad as if he didn't have this 3rd command center. It's gonna be a lot worse, but still, it is. It's pretty bad right now. This Marine is gonna be a hero. It's actually going to see the medevacs coming on their way. But he is going to die. There's another one sitting over here as well. At the moment, KingsGambit, he just needs to take his time. Don't take a terrible engagement. But he's got a pretty beefy army right now. 1,673 army supply to 30 right now. The tank count, it's pretty even, 4 to 3. Just barely in favor of KingsGambit here. But 43 Marines to 15. And no stim yet for Apdo. Does he have combat shield? He doesn't have combat. Yeah, he does have combat shield. Okay, he's got combat shield. At least he does have +1 as well. No upgrades here for KingsGambit actually. Kind of awkward. So there he goes. He's building 2 engineering base now, but that was going to be pretty far behind. So I mean, upgrades could come into play eventually, but it's going to take a while for that to actually happen. Apdo trying to get himself in a position to actually, fight this, but it's not going to happen. He needs to siege with the tanks now, which he... Oh, Lord. KingsGambit, what are you doing? Speaking of taking bad engagements, loses 3 of his tanks immediately, but it just does not matter. There's so many Marines, so many medevacs. All of the tanks go down here for Apdo. He's down under 40 supply now. KingsGambit is on top of the production here of our Orange Terran player. It's looking like KingsGambit is going to take the first map of the week here for UnRivaled. Just a matter of time at this point. More units kind of streaming across the map as they please. Vikings are unnecessary when you have this many medevacs, and Apdo will leave without actually saying GG. Sad story. Sad story, no GG. Oh well.